Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming this very smoky look with the mini Xenon palette from Natasha Denona. So if you guys want to hear my thoughts, then just keep watching. If you are new or if you're a returning subscriber, I do have a few announcements. First thing, Miss Heather Austin is visiting me this weekend. I'm so excited. My Mississippi Queen is here. So many of you guessed from my Wilderness palette video that she was the one that was visiting me. I felt like that was a really good hint. So if you guys are excited to see our videos, I'm going to be on her channel on Sunday. And we're going to do judging new makeup because who doesn't love that? And then on my channel, we're going to do a reacting to your unpopular opinions, makeup opinions. So do me a favor, leave us some things to react to because that'll really help us out. And if you have any questions for the both of us or for Heather, I'll be happy to ask. So leave some juicy questions down in the comments. I will ask her them for you guys. And so yeah, that's the big thing that's happening on my channel this weekend. I'm so excited. We've never met in person, so I'm so excited. I have to share that with you guys. And then second announcement is that I am like 20 subscribers away from 10K. I've been on YouTube for like 11 years now, maybe more. I can't remember, but it's been a hot second. So if you guys have not subscribed to my channel or you know somebody that might enjoy my channel, please let them know to go ahead and subscribe. It would really help me out. And the last announcement is, of course, as always on Friday, I'm going to have a declutter video. So stay tuned for that. I know you guys really enjoy that. So lots of new things happening on my channel this week. And without further blabbering, let's get into my thoughts on this new palette from Natasha Denona. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit of a story. You guys know I'm terrified of smoky eye looks. Blacks, grays, they really freak me out because I don't always think they're super flattering on me, and I always feel like it looks like I have a black eye or it looks like I got in a fight. So I always get really nervous when I see like black and white palettes launch. But I've been opening myself up. I've been trying. 2021, we're doing big things. So when this palette launched, I didn't get it on the pre-order on Natasha's website, but I did end up grabbing mine from Sephora. So I will link it down below for you guys. I also know it's available on Beautylish, so it's here. And now that I've actually played with it, I'm really kind of excited for this palette. This is a very dramatic makeup look for me. I feel like some people do this on the daily and it's totally fine. They're so comfortable with wearing black eyeshadow. For me, it's a little bit more of a stretch, but I did follow, or I did try to follow, a tutorial that Natasha Denona had posted on her YouTube channel. It's one where she tries to make small eyes look bigger. So I will link that down below for you guys too, so you can go check that out because I feel like she definitely did a way better job than me. But it was fun to get some inspiration, do something a little different, try some other techniques because I know what I would have done, and I feel like I definitely did my eyeshadow a little bit differently today. So that's something that you will see in the demo portion of this video. So let's go ahead and swatch this little palette. Honestly, I kind of want to swatch the silver first because I saw a swatch and it was like all the way down somebody's arm, and I'm like, is it really gonna swatch like that? So let's go ahead and try that because I'm curious. So I did touch the shadow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Like if you can see it, it went all the way to about here before I ran out of pigment. So that's a pretty promising silver shade. Again, I definitely gravitate towards gold eyeshadows, gold jewelry. If you've been on my channel, you know this. I just think it pairs so well with my tan skin tone. I was actually at work yesterday and somebody noticed that my wedding band was gold and she's like, oh my gosh, you have a gold wedding band. She's like, and she had a gold wedding band, and so she was commenting that she doesn't see a lot of people wearing like yellow gold, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love gold. So it's so funny that different people just kind of gravitate towards different metals, and yellow gold is definitely for me. I'm not really a white gold person, so I don't wear a lot of silver shadow, but that is a really pretty silver. I had heard Teresa is Dead mention that she was gonna pick this up. She wanted to know if it was a good enough dupe to her beloved silver shade that's in that Moschino laptop palette. So I'm curious to see what she thinks, but let's go ahead and swatch the 4 matte shades in this palette. So there's a really pretty black. Now I've already used the mattes and they're really fabulous. They're very pigmented. And so if you like this color story, you might really enjoy this palette. I did hear these don't swatch the greatest, which, yeah, seems like seems to be the case. That black swatch really light. Let me see if I can build it up. It was definitely easy to build on my lids, so I'm not worried at all. But yeah, oh my gosh, Heather was right. She was telling me that they don't swatch the greatest, and I will agree with her. It did not swatch the greatest, but this is the black I have on my eyelids, so obviously it's gonna do just fine on my eyes. So let's go ahead and check out how I created this makeup look. Oh my gosh, it's demo time. I'm so excited to film with this. I saw the most beautiful look that Natasha Denona did on her YouTube channel, where she did like a how to make small eyes look bigger video, and it was a beautiful smoky eye look, and I'm feeling very inspired, so I'm gonna try my best. Listen, I know I'm not Natasha Denona, okay? There's no delusions in my head about that, but sometimes I just wish I had a little bit of talent, just even in my pinky toe when it comes to stuff like that. So she started off actually on the middle of the eye, and it was this gray shade. So I'm gonna try my best to do something as close to what she had. I did prime my eyes with a white primer. This is the Juvia's Place one, and I figured I wanted to give the shadows their best shot. And so she had like this gray shade kind of tapped in the middle. So I'm gonna do that. And she did use her liner pencil, which looked like a very creamy liner. But I have my Pat McGrath liner pencils, and so I think I'll be okay with that. So my plan is to edit and upload this video same day. So fingers crossed. I feel like I'm the last person on earth that is filming with this palette. I think a lot of people actually pre-ordered this on her website, which she has amazing shipping, but I would say I have like hit or miss luck with her mini palettes. Like I definitely have like loves, like my mini gold I love. The rest of these are kind of okay, but they're so cute. They're so cute. Okay, so then I think what I need is kind of like a little paddly kind of fluffy brush, and I think she did the white shade kind of in the inner corner. So I'm gonna tap that on. Okay, and then she did some liner work. This is the part I'm nervous for. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use my Patrick Ta because this one is very creamy. Oh my god, I'm scared. And she just kind of like placed this in the... And then I think I need to just take like a little pointy brush and blend. Oh wow, this is such a creamy eyeliner. I feel like I'm an extra on Memoirs of a Geisha right now, but listen, we have makeup wipes. We can fix this. We can fix anything that doesn't work. Facts. Okay, so let's tap on more gray. God, that gray is so pretty. Okay, now I think I need a brush like this, and I'm gonna go into the black shade. I'll fix the shape on this eye in a second. I'm not too worried. So then I saw her do like a mix of this gray and this like lighter gray shade and just kind of put that in the crease. So I'm gonna do that. This is interesting because I feel like I have small eyes. I really do. And I feel like black's always a color that makes them look even smaller. So I'm very curious to see how this is gonna work for me. Wow, this is so different for me. I know she did a ton more like smoky liner, so I'm gonna finish off the rest of my face and then I'll be right back to continue playing with this palette and see how this look goes. Okay, spoiler, here's the makeup look. This is the final look. Let me tell you about a few other things on my face today. In case you guys are curious, I am trying the new concealer from One Size. This is Patrick Starr's line at Sephora. So I got the shade Medium Dark 4GO, I think it says. This is the Turn Up the Base Butter Silk Concealer. I was just curious. I feel like I was in the mood to try a new concealer, so I did grab that. This is my first time wearing it. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. And then I'm wearing the Forever Skin Glow from Dior. This is one of my Purgatory foundations, so I'm trying that out. I have the NYX HD Finishing Powder on my under eyes to set my under eyes. And then for blush, I'm wearing Rouge Romance. I have the shade Pretty Posh on my cheeks. For bronzer, I tried my Hourglass bronzer. I haven't pulled this out in a while. This is the shade Radiant Light. And then for highlighter, I have my Dior Golden Glow highlighter. I just picked this up from Sephora and it's really stunning. It's like a subtle highlight, so I'm really enjoying that. For mascara, I've been trying out some Il Makiage products that they sent me. This is their High Volume and Intense Curl Mascara in the shade Icon. I actually really like this mascara, so good job on that. And then I also have the Estate liner for my wing liner today. So that's a majority of the products I have on my face. Oh, and then my lip is the Odin's Eye lip in Apricot Girl. This is like their mauve lip shade, just like a really good go-to mauve shade. So those are kind of the things that are on my face. So now let's go ahead and look at some comparisons. So I honestly thought of this from Juvia's Place because this is like the newest grayest palette in my collection. So I just wanted to show you these two next to each other. I feel like these two palettes would pair really well together because as much as I enjoyed working with this quad, I did have to reach for my Blend Bunny palette to pull in the black shade because I feel like this one is missing a black because I really like to smoke out my outer corner, especially when I'm using shades like this. So I think these would pair really well together. Is this silver gonna be a dupe? Let's see. Let's swatch the two shimmers. Ooh, okay, that one's not. So these are not exactly the same shades. The middle one has like it's almost like a dirty gray, not so much a silver. And then this one is definitely more of a silver, but it's a little bit darker and a little less sparklier than the Natasha Denona. So I just wanted to show you guys that like you could definitely dupe the vibes of the Natasha Denona mini palette with this one from Juvia's Place. And since this is a bit of a newer launch, you might already have this in your collection, so you won't need it. I do also think that this is definitely like the Jeffree Star cremated palette in like way less shades for way less money. So if you were boycotting the brand and you didn't want to support that brand, definitely consider picking this up, and it's way cheaper. And honestly, these shades really mix well together because I did mix like this shade with this shade to lighten it up, and it works really well. So I think that's promising for something where you see like every shade of gray. Literally 50 shades of gray in the Jeffree Star palette that you don't need. And the last palette in my collection that I wanted to compare it to is the Smoke Show palette. So this is the one from ColourPop, and let's swatch the silver just to see how pigmented it is. Oh, that is really pretty too. That is really pretty. Yeah, that silver from ColourPop is definitely more of a brighter silver. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of shook there. That was pretty good. Okay, so that's a good dupe as well if you're looking for that silvery shade. Let's look at some of the other shades. So there is this shade called Stone Face, which definitely looks a lot like this shade in the mini Xenon palette. So let's just swatch those. Okay, so the mini Xenon, it's just a tish darker than the one in the ColourPop palette, but then you can always add a little bit of the black and darken up the ColourPop shade. I think the ColourPop palette does have a dupe pretty much for every shade in this palette. So let's see here. We also have this gray called Slated, which I think would dupe this dark gray in the Natasha Denona palette. So let's swatch those together. Those look pretty identical. So ColourPop on top, Natasha on the bottom. Very, very similar. Very similar. Not gonna lie. Let me swatch the matte from the Rebel Quad too, just so we can see if this is also a dupe for that gray shade if you're looking. Okay, yeah, they're all pretty similar. Like, if I just did a blind test, there's no way you would know which one's Natasha Denona, which one's ColourPop, and which one is Juvia's Place. So that is interesting to note. And then let's swatch the black. So I'm swatching Let's Do It from Smoke Show, and then I'm going to swatch the Natasha Denona black, which, like, Natasha Denona sells a black eyeshadow on its own. She, like, claims it's, like, the best black eyeshadow ever. So I'd be interested to swatch that black because I don't own her single black eyeshadow. Her black does not swatch well, but I swear on the eyes, it works really nicely. And then the one on top is the ColourPop black shade from the, it's called the Blowing Smoke palette now, so just so you guys know. And listen, I love using black eyeshadow. I think it works really well for deepening up the crease, like I said. And I don't have like a best black in my collection, like a go-to black. It's usually whatever's on my desk. So I think that it would be fun to kind of keep this on my desk to use those smokier shades to deepen things up. I'm very excited for that. So yeah, those are some of the comparisons to some of the silvers that I have in these palettes that I showed you guys, and then some swatch comparisons with the Blowing Smoke or the Smoke Sessions or the Smoke Show or whatever the heck the ColourPop palette is called. So I hope you guys found that comparison portion useful, especially if you're trying not to buy all the makeup, which I totally understand. So hopefully that helped you guys out. Now, as far as my thoughts on this palette, like, I feel like this is a review because I used every single shade in this palette and I didn't have any problems with it. Like I said, I'm not always a fan of the Natasha Denona minis. Like, I have some favorites. Actually, the gold one is my favorite. The rest are just like, okay. I wish I hadn't bought some of these, or I wish I hadn't kept some of these. I returned the mini Zendo because I just didn't like that color story. So I've definitely dabbled with my mini eyeshadow palettes. And even though I don't see myself reaching for this palette every single day when I'm doing my makeup, I think this could be one of those palettes that I actually really enjoy from the mini collection. I definitely have a more positive outlook on this palette now that I've used it, because I was definitely dreading it. I wasn't the most excited person when I saw this color story, and now I feel a little bit better about it. I'm happy that I bought it because it's really good. So maybe it's not something you need right away, but maybe you want to pick it up during the sale. I think it works really well so far. So I'll keep you guys posted in my ranking video for August, because we'll definitely talk about this palette again. We'll revisit it. But yeah, so far I've had such a good makeup week. So many beautiful palettes. And tomorrow, oh my gosh, Pat McGrath, I'm so excited for the Mothership 9. Is it 9? I think it's 9 to come out tomorrow. I wasn't loving that color story, but now I'm really excited for the special shades. So anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Did you pick this one up or was it a pass? Also, please don't forget to put some unpopular opinions, unpopular makeup opinions down in the comment section so me and Miss Heather can react to them. And I will see you guys in a new video probably tomorrow and Friday for sure. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!